What is going on, my frickin' fricks? Today, we gotta talk about El Camino. Now, you know what? This trailer, when did it come out? Let's check right now. It came out 3 hours ago. Now, I didn't hear about it, but I just went on Twitter, and I see what happens to Jesse Pinkman. El Camino, and that honestly made me so happy. I love Breaking Bad. Great show. If you have not watched Breaking Bad, go watch it. 5 seasons on Netflix. I can guarantee you right now it is one of the best shows that you will ever watch if you're into that kind of show. It's a drama. It's about my man Walter White who gets cancer and he starts cooking meth to pay off his financial bills, but then he gets really greedy and his wife gets caught up in it, and it's whole story. I guarantee you it is one of the best shows you will ever watch, hands down. So, go watch that. Anyway, so for those of you who are here to hear about what I have to say about them having a sequel, which I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna have to watch it to grasp what I'm saying. But it's based around this concept that I can apply to most shows, and you'll pretty much understand it. But I'm in particularly using Breaking Bad just because this is happening now, and I absolutely love Breaking Bad. But anyway, I just want to get this out of the way, man. I love Breaking Bad, and I think, despite what I say in this video, I think it's gonna be a great movie or show, but I'm pretty sure it's a movie. I think it's gonna be a great movie as long as Vince Gilligan is writing it. You got the same man, Aaron Paul, or Paul Aarons, or Aaron Paul Jones. I don't know. But whatever his actor's name is that plays Jesse, if he's in it, if Vince is writing it, yada yada yada. If you got a similar crew, I think it's gonna be great. Just for that simple fact, and just the fact that it's Breaking Bad, and I don't think that Vince would release something that was mediocre because he wrote Breaking Bad, so it's like, I think he's gonna do an incredible job despite what I say in this video, and whatever. So, let's get down to the nitty-gritty criticism. So, the thing is, this is unnecessary. This is completely unnecessary of a movie for them to have. I think the story is perfect the way it is, okay? It ends with Walt dying and Jesse riding off into the sunset, and that's it. You don't have to know where Jesse goes. You don't have to know if Elliot gives the money to his children. You don't need to know any of that, because it's better that you have your own outcome in your head. It gives you an ending, but it leaves it open to interpretation. Where's Jesse going? Most people would say probably Alaska, because that's where he's always wanted to go. Right? That's the main cliffhanger that doesn't need to be explored. Right? Now, let me take a show that most of you have probably seen watching this video, is Stranger Things. I'm sorry, my head is so itchy, I don't know why. Stranger Things. At the end of season 1, you got Will coughing up a baby demon into the sink. Now, of course, that opens up a possibility for new seasons, right? But you don't need to know what happens. You don't need to know what happens, but they still made a season 2. Now, I still love season 2 and season 3, but it's like, it was unnecessary, and I think the story would have been better if they just didn't make a season 2, because it leaves it open to interpretation. You see Will coughing up the baby demon slug, and so everyone knows that, of course, they're somehow connected to Will, and maybe they're gonna come back. It's left open to interpretation. You don't know what's gonna happen, but then they tell you what happens, and there's no more interpretation. And then at the end of season 2, they give the whole thing with the Mr. Demon still in the Upside Down, and it's like, you don't need to know what happens. It's left open to interpretation. Will my man return? Will he stay there? Will he haunt Will? I don't know. It's season 3. And now you got season 3, you got the ending with, no, not the American, right? And now they're going to make a season 4, and they're probably going to make Hopper still be alive, right? It's like, we don't need to know what happens because it's a better ending if it's left open to interpretation. That's why Breaking Bad has such a great ending, with Jesse just leaving, and then that's it. You don't know where he goes. Like, most people can have a common guess, which is Alaska, and I'm sure there's probably 1,000 other theories that people have about where he goes, but you don't need to know. And it's just like, I, I that's where they should have left it. But it's just like, people can't get enough. People can't get enough. Breaking Bad left on a cliffhanger. Give it a movie telling us where Jesse goes. It's like, no. Leave the story alone. It will be vastly better if you don't touch it. Now, I'm not saying this movie's going to be bad in any way, because I think it's going to be great, and I have high expectations for it. But I'm just saying there's nothing this movie can do to make the show better, because the show is already perfect. And then just getting rid of a great cliffhanger is degrading from the show. I mean, like, it's all about where he goes afterwards, and sure, it probably is going to be very interesting, and the acting's going to be great, the production, the writing, everything, that's all probably going to be great, and it's going to be interesting, but then it takes away from the show's ending. And then if they have a cliffhanger at the end, then leave it. But if they make another movie, then it's going to detract from that movie, etc. And that's why shows need to just stop early. It's hard to maintain perfection, and that's why I'm scared for this movie, is because the story's perfect and this movie's unnecessary. However, I think it's going to be great. If it's not good, it's like, it kind of flops the story and automatically kind of degrades from the show, and it's very difficult to hold on to perfection. I mean, like, people criticize that about everything. Like, you take rap music. I'll just give an example. Eminem. It's like, go back to Marshall Mathers LP, right? It's like, in my opinion, I think he's still great, but it's like, it's hard to maintain perfection. You go to a show like Stranger Things. It's like, I think the first season was probably the best season out of every season. It's hard to maintain perfection. I think season 1 was the best season, because I think the characters were, like, the most layered then. There was only one Demogorgon, and it wasn't just, like, super mega ultra Demogorgon. It's like I've already seen the Demogorgon, give me something new. And it's like, I think the characters meshed well, and just the story just made a lot more sense to me. So I think season 1 was the best season. And it's just kind of, like I said, it's hard, very hard, to maintain perfection, alright? You can just take, like, any of your shows, and I guarantee you most of them were better in their earlier seasons, especially when it comes to, like, shows that are, like, stories, like, dramas, and are, like, soap opera-y. Like, you take a show like Dexter, like, that most of you have probably not watched. Probably none of you have watched, but it's like, first season I definitely think was the best season, and then maybe like season 4 or 5, whichever one was Trinity Killer, was like another great one. But it's like that's what usually shows do. It's like they get rid of characters because they can't pay them enough. Like, you take The Office, Michael left, and then they add in all these new characters that no one gives a damn about. Like, they added in, like, that Will Ferrell, that black man boss, I forget his name, but Charles, Will Ferrell, yada yada yada, right? It's like, that's why shows need to just, like, stop early, and that's what Breaking Bad did. Had 5 seasons, boom, done. It's like, every season of that show was great, and it's like, they stopped at the perfect time. And if they continued it, it wouldn't be as good. Because, like I said, it's hard to maintain perfection. I'm going to keep saying that until it's in your brain for good. It's hard to maintain perfection. And that's why I just don't think this movie is going to really add anything of value to the show. So it's just, that's kind of what I'm scared of. It's going to be great. It's gonna be great. I would be very, very, very surprised if this movie wasn't good. Okay? Very surprised. However, it's just, I don't think it's really gonna add anything to the show. So, that's really all I have to say. Other things I want to talk about while I'm at it. PewDiePie, 100 mil. Congratulations, my friendy. You really deserved it, my man PewDiePie. You make great videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop at 100 mil. Get to 200 mil now, alright? Thank you for all the great content you make. Congratulations, marrying Marzia, however you want to pronounce it, okay? So, congrats PewDiePie on both of those things. Yeah, and I just want to end it on that because congrats PewDiePie, that was only like a half hour ago. So, yeah, Breaking Bad this movie's unnecessary, but it's obviously coming out, but it's just, Vince, I'm rooting for you. I think this movie's gonna be great, and I hope it's great. October 11th, here we go, boys. Go watch Breaking Bad if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you liked, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Comment what you think of my life. Share this video with Vince Gilligan. Goodbye.